Alright, so I'm going to talk real quick. I'm going to get my soapbox again.
Sir, stand on there. What did you do?
Stand
down.
That was defensive. Alright, so I hope everybody had fun. I promised no gifts. If you didn't have fun, come see me. I'll give you a decent power to live with that. I want to thank, where's Soon? Come up here, Soon. So we broke about 5 or 6 of these things. That's pretty awesome. It just shows how hard we're working. And so we're going to make a plaque out of this to commemorate what we did today and the rest of our volunteer work we're going to do. He goes to the hardest worker. And the first one, obviously, has to go to Soon for what he did. So here we go.
We're not going back to sub break. We're going to be working another 4 hours. I'm not kidding you guys. We're not going to see the difference that we made, but you know, I hope they made a difference on what? Facebook, yeah. I love working with you guys. You know, when I worked with you guys for the last 3 hours, you know, we got Weibo, you know, it's like, oh, I miss home, this is what I did, you know, all the time. Yeah, it's so motivating, you know. I love hanging out with you guys. I hope, you know, that appreciation of hanging out with company members, you know, instilled in you today.
All right. So I'll tell you 2 quick stories about today. One was, there was a piece of dirt about this big that used to be asphalt. And I come out to you and I was like, hey, you guys want to go to the alleyway or do you want to stay here? Like, not judging it if you want to go do something else. And they look at me like, sir, this is our asphalt. This is what we've been working on. I want to stay here. I want to work on this. So if I told you that you would have loved asphalt before you came here, you would have called me crazy. The fact that you guys wanted to come out here and do this with us, probably voluntold for some, I really appreciate it. It really speaks volumes about us as a company. I don't care where we sit in color company standings. I don't care where our academics are at, because when you graduate, that stuff really doesn't matter. Doing stuff like this and learning and what it's in here really is what matters. So, and the second one, these kids had no idea who we are or what we're doing until we came out here. They had no idea what the Naval Academy was, no idea what midshipmen were. Now they want to know what the Naval Academy is, and they want to know who you guys are and what you do. And they didn't realize, like, hey, we're doing this so your basketball court doesn't flood. And they're like, oh, we want to thank them. That's awesome. We really appreciate what you guys are doing. So, thank you, and I'm proud to be part of the Undergraduate family.
Alright, I know you guys got to get on the bus. I'll be quick. I've got about 11 years worth of knowledge, information, guidance that I kind of gathered through my years. If I had the time, would like to impart with you guys. But first, I would just like to say thank you for your help today. You guys did the back-breaking work that's going to be necessary for us to turn this into a very positive, very active, very safe space for those kids, those young men behind you to use and have fun in. So thank you for that. Thank you for your hard work. Midshipman Juan. He set the bar pretty high, but you guys certainly fucking rose to the challenge. So thank you very much for that. Secondly, in terms of your careers, you guys have a pretty significant responsibility ahead of you guys. It's a really different one from the one that any of us participated in. You're entering into a very different military than we experienced. You know, if you guys have read the news, the military is downsizing to, what was it, pre-World War II strength levels. You're going to have war fighters, right? Whether or not you're going to be an ensign in the Navy, a second lieutenant in the Marine Corps. Hopefully you're going to go be a second lieutenant in the Marine Corps. Either way, you're going to have young sailors, young Marines who have served their country very fucking honorably, all right? And they need to be taken care of on the way out, all right? All of you are going to be their platoon leaders, their whatever the fuck you call them in the Navy. All right, it's going to be on you to take care of those young service members and make sure that they are effected a positive, smooth transition out of the service and into the civilian world. So when you have those young Marines, those young sailors in front of you, encourage them to continue their service. All right, I am a shining example of how given a challenge and an opportunity to lead will turn your fucking life around. Good to go? Sir. Remember that. All right, it's on you to effect a positive transition for these young men and women who are going to be exiting the service in droves. Good to go? Over the next few years. That's your responsibility. All right, so I challenge you to rise to that challenge. I urge you to rise to that fucking challenge, whatever. The same way that you rose to that challenge here today. Good to go? Yeah. All right. That's all I've got. Thanks very much for your service. Anybody else?
Yeah, let's give them one, because we couldn't have done anything. We couldn't have helped serve if they didn't let us come help. So. And the second thing is we only started the project or helped them start the project. They're going to be here finishing it, so we gave them a little bit of a taste, and then they're going to finish all the hard work. So thank you again for letting us come out and help you. We really appreciate the opportunity.
The last thing, if you want to see, it's hard to come in and get context for everything we're going to do here, but follow us on Facebook. Just follow us, see what we're up to in the year to come. This space is going to look radically different, and that's in major part due to you guys. So you can always follow us.
And come back.
It's the 6th branch. So if you're on Facebook, Twitter as well, the 6th branch. Absolutely.
Everyone who's here today, 2000 End of Liberty for you on Sunday. Make sure your platoon starts now.
We got something real quick for everybody to plug. I had an opportunity to go around and talk to many of you individually, just to ask you what you wanted to do. If you wanted to go to Marine Corps or Navy option. About 90% of you said you wanted to fly and wanted to be pilots. Good on you for doing so. I wish you all the best of luck in your endeavors in the years to come, not only in the academy, but when you get out and you get into service. Many of you are not going to get that air option. Some of you are going to be supply officers and admin officers and intelligence officers and everything else under the sun. My perspective, for those of you I didn't put this out there before, I'm an active duty gunny in the Marine Corps. I rely on you, as young as some of you are, to be able to lead my Marines, to be able to get done whatever the mission is that's ahead of us. And the most important thing that I've seen in my 15 years in the Marine Corps is the blue-green team that we have. And that's the interactions and the love that we have for each other. And I appreciate this today because I have a newfound appreciation for where Naval Academy graduates coming from, of that blue-green interaction. So I really appreciate you guys coming out here today, busting your humps to get all of this done. And I hope that the teamwork that you have today between the blue and green team continues on through the remaining of your time at the academy and when you get back out there to service. And hopefully I'll encounter some of you guys out in the fleet, whether you go on the Marine Corps or the Navy side, and I'll be honored to serve next to you or underneath you when you get back out to the fleet. So thank you very much for coming out here today.
Anybody lost any money today?
Check your pockets. Somebody lost money.
You do, let me know. You see a camera cat lying around too?
All right, let's hit the buses. Same ones you're on before.
Which yellow bus?
What?